Concussions in sports. There's been a lot of focus and attention getting brought forward regarding concussions in sports, and in particular football especially. A concussion is defined as a traumatic brain injury that is caused by a jolt or blow to the brain, and it affects the way the brain is thinking and working. As technology and medicine advance, more attention is being called to the lasting damage concussions can have, especially later on in people's lives. Recently, the NFL reached a settlement of $765 million regarding a lawsuit brought forth by its former employees. While this may seem like a large sum of money, considering the lawsuit had around 4,500 ex-players involved, after fees and different funding including in the lawsuit, it only amounted to about $170,000 per player involved. Part of the only reason in which the players agreed to those terms was the fact that they needed money now and couldn't wait to have the case drag out for years in the courts. With the amount of money the NFL makes off these players sacrificing their bodies for our entertainment in an industry that made approximately $9.5 billion last year alone, this amount seems a lot less for a one-time payment to try and clear their consciousness. Lately, there has been some leaked documents and emails starting to come out about the NFL being guilty in the past years regarding the effects of concussions in players over the long term. ESPN and PBS were working together on a huge story in which they planned on exposing the NFL's negligence regarding this matter, but the NFL supposedly threatened to pull all NFL-related material coverage from the network if they ran this story on it. And since it's such a huge moneymaker, the ESPN backed out their support of making this documentary. If the NFL is trying to make strides regarding changing policies regarding what legal hits are, along with instituting heavier fines and possible suspensions tied to the hits in which they declare are illegal. But the reality is the fans enjoy the big hits, and sometimes it can make the game more eventful, so it's hard to draw a line on this topic. The NFL has started a program trying to teach school-age children's coaches about changing the technique in which they teach the kids, starting as soon as they start learning the sport. Hopefully some advancements can be made in the helmets or other equipment to cut down on these injuries, or even maybe some advancement in possible medications that can keep the brain from swelling, or possibly something to keep the concussions from happening altogether in the future. In the meantime, the NFL should at least put a plan in place to take care of their ex-players that have lifelong complications that they sustain from playing the sport. These players can't even have insurance due to their injuries. After all, the NFL is making billions of dollars every year for these guys sacrificing their bodies for our enjoyment, so it should be as least they should do.